and welcome to Just Do It, a Dewey Brothers podcast. This one's a quick one, Eric. We had to spice up the cast, quick and fast.
Yeah, I mean that's what happens. We've been doing this for a long time, and sometimes you gotta go zip zap zippity zoop zap zoop on these bad boy podcasts. Am I right?
I believe that is exactly how a quickie sounds. That's the sound it makes. I believe
So
that's also what it did last time.
everyone
But yeah,
knows.
so
Everyone knows.
the people need the podcast, and essentially we're here to cast. We just got to go quick tonight.
We gotta go quick.
This morning when podcasts come out, always in the morning.
It's a morning thing. We aren't gonna
Yeah.
disrupt that. Thursday morning. It is Thursday at 8 a.m. We're gonna get it out that's the hope. So
Exactly.
we haven't had our bean juice yet. If we're a little groggy, it's because of that.
Honestly, I haven't put my beans on toast yet. Something as someone.
That's true.
I just think you should always do.
Which is something inherently British and therefore wrong.
Wow, Eric, I think at least one of our listeners is British, so you got to cut that off. All right, let's get into this podcast. What's on the docket for the quickie?
First, a comment about our British listeners out there. This one's for you, British listeners. Those French, they sure are smelly. All right. So the docket for today is I think we're gonna have to bust out some sweet, awesome poems, answer some sweet, awesome questions, and then thank our sweet, awesome sponsors, man.
All right, this podcast brought to you by Sweet and Awesome. Let's get to it. Do you have a topic for today's poems, Eric? I was just out on a boat the other day.
Wait, really? Because
yeah,
all day I've been thinking, man, I'm sitting down by the marina. It's a beautiful, lovely spring day because it's 60 degrees in March for some reason, and I'm thinking, you know what? Actually, I don't know what I was thinking. I was just enjoying the sun. I think I was thinking something like, man, I wish I could be skiing right now. I bet the spring skiing is sweet.
Well, first of all, I was definitely thinking I've got a nautical theme, patch me to Afghan.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
After that, I was thinking, yeah, man, I just wish I was skiing. Like, if I could just throw a Dewey roll right now.
Dude, there's nothing better than a Dewey roll.
Great.
So I'm gonna paint the scene. I'm out in the marina, sunbathing. I got my goggles on to still work on my goggle tan, and then for some reason there were a bunch of boats around. So that got me thinking. Poem, boats. Let's do boat poems, huh?
I'm ready. Let's do it. Hit me up.
All right, this one is a little quick, a little good. It's got a lot of deep meaning in here. A boat is always a lady, ever so fair. On the sea, she belong, not the air. Wings on a vessel, now that's just a messel. When hunting a whale, best do it by sail.
Wow, that was a really good poem, Eric. I really like that one.
I mean, I'm sick and tired of people being like, let's bring our boats in the air. Let's bring our boats on the land. Nah, man, boats are for the water. And yeah, there's just a lot of deeper intricities here. Something late stage capitalism, just really good life lessons. Like sometimes it's not always a whale. Like sometimes it's not always a figurative whale.
I mean, there's practical advice in there too, Eric. The practical advice is if you're going for a Nantucket sleigh ride, you best not have any mechanical propulsion.
Well, that's not really Nantucket then. Come on, that'd be more like the Martha's Vineyard Slimyard or something. I don't know.
Well, I think it'd be like a Japanese toboggan or something.
That sounds about right. But the Nantucket sleigh ride, you know, that's getting real. That's harpoons and everything. You're having a good time.
Oh yeah, good time with the buds. Just you, a multi-hundred-ton cetacean. You know.
And I also
the boys
in this quick little poem, I also actually had to flex on everyone and rhyme vessel with messel because of my recent achievement of getting my poet's license, my very liberal poet's license.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I know you're a licensed poet, but Like, if you keep that up, the cops are gonna stop you, Eric, for indecent rhyming.
See, I don't know, Alex. I've heard from my great poets before me. They always speak to me through their poems, and more often than not, they they abuse the license.
Well, I mean, you got the license, so it's legal, but like it's a bad look. Like the cops are definitely gonna stop and frisk that poem, man.
Oh, that actually brings up a really good question, Alex.
Yeah.
Maybe all of my favorite poems who liberally use their poet's license,
Hmm.
I I don't see them putting out any new poems.
Ooh, maybe they got thrown in jail, or maybe they died 100 years ago. 50-50.
This might go deeper than we thought. So now that I'm
Well,
in
let
my
me paint you
field,
guys a
yeah,
picture.
I want to hear what you got going.
Just like John Paul Jones, I'm a pirate. Okay, I got a salty beard,
I see it.
eye patch,
Yeah, I can smell it too. The scurvy
and
is right on your
oh,
breath.
oh yeah, exactly. Okay, you ready, Eric? This one's just called Boat.
Boat.
It's a little ditty. You ready?
Let's hear it.
I had a boat so grand, I was asked if she was land. On the sly, was my reply. There's no way, Mr. Jose. This can't be land, for neath our toes there is no sand.
Da- I see the picture. I see it. I'm out on the water, but it's actually the beach. And then the beach and the boat and the boat and the beach and the beach and the sand and then in the hand on the land. And then you started the band and everyone came and ran and then it was getting very wild. So yeah, I the imagery is flawless.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's my little boat ditty. I thought it was kind of good. There's a lot of it. It was a little sloppy in the rhyme scheme, but
I mean,
that's what
it's
makes it
pretty good.
fancy.
It's
Yeah.
pretty. I mean, you just got the zingers coming out left and right. It's very melodic.
No one wrote earth-shattering, or in this case, boat-shattering poetry by painting inside the rhyme scheme, if you know what I mean.
Oh, I definitely know what you mean. You got to throw in a little 1, 2 half rhymes
Mm-hmm.
just to keep people on their toes. Cause I'm gonna let everyone in on a poet inside secret here. Poetry is pretty cool, but beyond that, everyone knows that you have to have a little bit of underground hip hop to really make it in the poet world these days. So this old like high society poetry, it just doesn't get you anywhere. You need to be down and hip with the cool kids and you know, poet about uh orange juice and Marvel movies and
Well, you can rhyme
uh
juice with hoose and moose, but
and yeah, and I mean the scene right now is all about that underground poet stuff. None of this high Victorian tea sipping poetry.
well, actually, Eric, an underground poet named Spillingwell wrote into our podcast at Spillingwell on Twitter. How'd you like that segue?
That was great. That was great.
It was fast, very
Flawless even.
fast, probably
Very
illegally
good.
modified. Some sort of blower feature on it. Um,
Ooh.
will no one get crazy with the cheese whiz? This is Spillingwell. It's like spelling well, but he misspelled it.
I mean, people get crazy with Cheese Whiz. You're obviously at the wrong part of the Cheese Whiz factory if people aren't getting crazy with it.
I've heard of people getting jiggy with the cheese whiz, but never crazy.
Really?
Yeah.
So Alex, how would you describe I'm gonna paint you a little picture. How would you describe this scene? One
Oh, we're an
man.
art podcast now. I like it.
One man, 2 cans of Cheese Whiz. One in the air, one down low. One's shooting off, and he actually modified it to spray in a hexagonal pattern with the velocity of a stampeding rhino pack on the hunt. And then the other one down, and it's just dripping. I mean,
So I'm getting some like bear broke into a bee's nest, but with cheese whiz vibe coming from you right now.
all right. And that's not the whole thing. Everyone in the background, they also have cans of Cheese Whiz, and they're one man's doing graffiti on the wall in Cheese Whiz. One man is funneling it into another man's mouth. There's a group of
Eric,
uh
there are children
female
that
men.
listen to this podcast.
There is a group of female men uh spraying Cheese Whiz at each other, almost in like a paintball style. Like one's crouched behind the couch, one is up in the air. It's got the Cheese Whiz actually sideways in a sort of a, you know, death Cheese Whiz tactical
Mhm.
maneuver.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
so you're getting the idea of this picture, right?
So you've described what getting crazy with the Cheese Whiz would entail. So
Exactly.
why don't we see this more often?
It obviously you just aren't in the right places.
Is it because of the sad reality that the pandemic has infiltrated all parts of our lives, Cheese Whiz and other?
No, 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 Alex. These people have Cheese Whiz sponsored masks. This was a Cheese Whiz ad the whole time. Obviously, it happens. I saw it on TV.
Oh, it's so the answer is the Cheese Whiz ad people are getting crazy with the Cheese Whiz. And so the answer is yes. Someone will get crazy with the Cheese Whiz.
And the day that Cheese Whiz sponsors us, and I have an endless supply of Cheese Whiz cans, call me up and I'll make sure that I can get crazy with the Cheese Whiz, and you'll be there for it.
So
Miss Spelling,
related
Mr.
question.
Spelling something.
It's spilling well, yeah.
Spilling well,
So
that one.
related
Gotcha.
question to spilling well, our homie here. The question, Eric, is for your daily life, what does a lifetime supply of Cheez Whiz look like? Is that 1 can,
Hmm.
100 cans? Give me an order of magnitude here.
Well, I'm gonna need monthly refills, right?
Of how many cans of Cheez Whiz?
So all you're saying is a lifetime supply. Cheese Whiz
Right.
actually, contrary to popular belief, does go bad. So,
That is
um,
factually inaccurate.
well, I don't know what kind of Cheese Whiz you're
Cheez Whiz
getting.
is a petroleum product.
Yes, CHEEZ. The E and the Z, they go bad. I don't understand how. So then you're just left with
uh,
Che. Che Whiz? I don't want no Che Whiz. I want Cheese Whiz,
you're
baby.
telling me it
Um,
needs to be stored out of direct sunlight?
nice yawn there, buddy.
Thanks. It breaks the sunlight, breaks it down, much like any other household plastic, and causes fogging of the Cheez Whiz.
No, because it's petroleum based, the dinosaurs actually come back and will take it if you don't use it within a month.
Oh,
So
okay.
no one sees it coming, but it's the truth. Um, so I
Uh
personally, especially with my extravagant cheese whiz parties that I throw,
Yeah, of
um,
course.
I
Well, you
need
already described to the listeners. They can just replay that part of the podcast. What a
I
Cheez
need
Whiz party entails.
so I'll throw roughly one cheese party a week. So that's 4,000 cans right there.
Uh-huh.
And then for my personal consumption throughout the month, I
Yeah.
go through about half a can a day. So let's say an average 30-day month would be 15. So 4,015 cans of cheese whiz a month.
You gotta multiply that by 12. So 4,015 times 12 is gonna be carry the one. 40,000 100. No, there's a little bit more. Well, I'll do the
it's
math and put it in post.
it's 48,180 cans of cheese whiz per year. And if
48,180 cans of Cheez Whiz per year.
and if we can assume that I'll live until let's say an average age of 80, so that
Mm-hmm.
means I would have another let's say 60 years. So I'll
Yep.
multiply that by 60. I'm going to need um two,
Quick
two
maths.
million 890,800 cans of cheese from Cheese Whiz.
So that was 2,890,000.
Uh-huh, and 800. However, this is on the stipulation that I keep partying, have my Cheese Whiz parties at the same frequency that I do now.
and, and
And
and we think that'll actually the rate will only increase.
I think it can only go up, man.
Especially if you already are, if you're getting delivered 48,000 cans of Cheez Whiz every month or every year.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, no, Alex. Every year I'm yes, yeah,
Yeah.
14,000 every year.
All right.
Um,
So I got one more question before we wrap this podcast up and thank our sponsors.
all right,
So
we can do that.
yeah, Grant Anderson at Anderson asks, "What is the best legal orgs in Chicago focused on urban law and policy? In parentheses, land use planning, development, local government, etc."
Wait, they're looking for a law firm here?
The best legal orgs.
Oh, that's
And
Whiz and Cheese, brothers-in-law.
oh yeah, well I mean, Whiz and Cheese brothers-in-law are great. The only problem with them, I guess they do have the Chicago office, but they're really more of a national focus here. I was thinking that it was actually the Chicago Sanitation and Streets Department. That's right, Eric. Chicago Sanitation. The
I
new show.
the best show to hit NBC with the whole Chicago
Exactly.
fleet.
Exactly.
Oh,
Um,
they got it
that
all.
one episode where they're trying to do the zoning laws regarding which routes are which, and then when Jen's route gets mixed up with Bob's route, dude, and
It's over. It's
oh,
crazy. Like
chaos ensues because
absolute chaos.
Bob already knows all the people on his route, right? Like, what's he gonna do?
I
Are
mean,
the
he
Jensens
goes.
gonna send him Christmas cookies?
It's
Like,
crazy. Like he goes and helps out Eunice every day on his
you
route.
can't forget Eunice. Yeah, like Eunice.
She gives him a hug, and he helps carry her trash can. Like he's a great guy. And like, are you gonna disrupt that balance and let
Dude,
Eunice?
yeah, you gotta understand that Eunice can't get the trash can all the way out to the curb, so you gotta like go all the way over there. Like, it doesn't mean the trash can isn't out, you know?
I know. Like you gotta. Oh my gosh, it really just it's unsettling to see that unfold on a
Plus,
high
all the
gritty
routes
drama.
are now 5% longer. So like they're gonna be 5% less time they can spend on breaks. I mean, don't even get the union in here.
How
Like,
how
talk
are
about
they
the legal.
how are they gonna eat their gosh darn pancakes? I mean, come on. It's every episode is dedicated. There's a allocated pancake eating time. So it's I mean, going forward, the show would have to cut that out, and that's not what I'm here for. Like I became a fan of the show because of the pancakes, because of the drama, because of the grit, because of the
But yeah, Chicago's
sanitation.
new season is all about the hard hitting legal drama that ensues when they reallocate the sanitation districts in Chicago. So that's probably it. And they really care about the people too.
So I think just call up producer Dick Wolf.
Hmm.
I think he has a script already planned out, and I think he'll know where to point you because Chicago Sanitation is probably the most accurate sanitation department show on TV.
I would say so.
Yeah, and they definitely could help with whatever you need. And if that doesn't work,
And if
Whiz and
right,
Cheese, they're out there. Can't beat
Whiz and
them.
Cheese, brothers-in-law, call them up. All right, Eric, you want to end this podcast? Thank our sponsors.
Yeah, I mean, first and foremost, I would like to thank the listeners for sticking through with us on this wild these times. There's some sort of time. It's it's a morning. That's it. We record this in the morning right
Yep,
before
right before we upload it.
uploading.
Oh
So
yeah,
it's
perfect.
a little shaky. We had to hit the timeline.
We actually use time travel to record this while you're listening to it.
You're right. It's actually 9 o'clock on the what day is it? The 11th of March,
Hmm.
2084. So this is a wild one.
Oh yeah, I mean we forgot we had a thing in the schedule. Anyway, we patched up. This podcast would not be possible without 2,890,800 cans of Cheese Whiz, approximately one yearly supply of Cheese Whiz.
Yeah, that's true. And of course, we would like to thank Whiz and Cheese brothers-in-law for sponsoring this podcast. And you should go to them with any legal and zoning related lawsuits.
This podcast is brought to you by Chicago Sanitation. Thank you, Dick Wolf, for your generous donation to the podcast.
As always, we couldn't have done it without homegrown hops. It's beer making season. It's hop planting season. It's homegrown hop season.
You know, Eric, we actually just made a beer. Did you know that?
We did.
Yeah, we made an Eric IPA with some, get ready for it, homegrown hops. Boom.
Hey, when it comes out of that sweet little baby bucket, it's gonna taste lovely. Made with love and care, and of course, homegrown hops.
This podcast brought to you by boats. They have sailors on them and sometimes pirates. Boats.
Yar boats.
And with that, it is time to end this quickie,
It's
quicka,
a I'd
quickaroo
say it was a speedster, maybe. I don't know.
pod. Who knows how long this is? You'll know. You looked at the video description.
Maybe you did. Maybe you didn't. I don't know. All right, Alex. It's been one of those. We're doing
It's
it.
one of those weeks. Let's get out of here.
Next week we'll come back stronger than ever. We got this.
Yep. This has been Just Do It, a Dewey Brothers podcast, season 4. One of the quick ones. They don't get numbers. They're too quick for
No,
that.
they're different.
Two
They're
brothers,
special.
one pod,
It's
casting,
they're running.
doing the pod.
We're
They're
casters.
running. Brothers.
We do it. I'm Eric.
Big explosion. I'm Alex.
And we send it. Yep.
For
The
the love
two
of God,
brothers
man,
sent
just
it.
do the thing,
Yep.
man.
They
Do
they
it.
sent it. That's what they did. Bada bing, bada boom.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Yikes.